Hey guys, Rob John Webb here for Waxadis Music, and this week's template, and the first one of this year for members only of my YouTube subscription channel. It comes in the form of a deep, jazzy, funky house template. Now, I've used an old school sort of garage bass line, some wicked brass synths, and some nice strings and some Rhodes and stuff, and I've got some kind of raw live sounding drums on there. So basically, for those of you who don't know what this format is, you sign up to my membership. Every fortnight you get a template to work from. I start it, you finish it, and then you send me the track and I give you constructive feedback on that track. So it's good for your development, and it basically helps you, test a lot of different sort of areas that you probably wouldn't do normally in your own styles. So you would take aspects from what I do and then employ them into your own productions. So there's a lot to learn from it. So anyway, this week's template sounds like this. As you can see, it's half finished. I've given you the basic elements of it. Now, it comes in Ableton 11, so if you've got Ableton 10, the stems are in the file anyway, so you can just drop them into Ableton 10 and use the stems anyway. So, without further ado, I'm going to show you what I've got here, and then we'll go through it. So I've got a little track here, some nice sounding live drums. Some nice Rhodes. And it builds up with a bass. And then it breaks down to a synth brass, which is filtered up. And that's there. It's quite a raw sounding track. I wanted to capture that rawness. So that's it. So basically, the track which I did for you to take and finish it and remix it, even whatever you want to do, just as long as you develop your skills. The monopoly was the original sound, which is a premium synth. So I've taken the MIDI of that. You've got the MIDI right there, and I've just put a brass over it now, which is from the Ableton stockpile. You could just, and you could get exactly the same sort of technique, the same sort of sound that I use from the monopoly brass synth. But nevertheless, the MIDI is there, and that goes the same for the strings. Everything has been turned to audio. So if you wanted to get your own strings on there, you could just double click on the monopoly MIDI and then just legato all of these, and then you just make the same arrangement, or if you want to put them onto a pad or a string. So you can use the MIDI in that way. Bassline is just a sub hard hitting sort of deep house bass, and then the lead line, this comes from the Free Viking synth, which is the soft lead, which is called the Half the Man, and this is just a really nice little sort of sound. I just improvised on top. All did that in D minor 7, so that was entire D minor chord. So you can jam on top of that and add to it, but the idea is that you can take this and just remix this, chop it up, remix it, finish it off, even however you want to do it. And it's good for your skills as a remixer as well. So if you want to develop all sorts of different techniques within my subscription channel, then there's loads to take from it. There's courses every week, different genres, all related into the funky house, disco sort of genre sector. And loads of positive and constructive feedback from myself, when we do one-to-ones with each other, when you contact me, all sorts of stuff, that you can get from it. But yeah, this is this week's template anyway. Very deep, very soulful, very jazzy, very funky, and it's yours. So it is available in this week's walkthrough video, which is on the members video, where you see me doing a walkthrough of a new disco track. In the description there, this is where the link for this is, so grab it from there. If you struggle, just let me know. So that's it, guys. That is this week's free template. give me a shout if you need any help whatsoever. And if you're not familiar with it, click the join group button now, and you'll see on my homepage of Wax of This Music where you can sign up and see all the different perks that you get from my channel. Thank you guys, and see you soon.